we're going to make an Italian onion pizza. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to put a little flour on my countertop here. And the dough that I'm using is actually a recipe that I already have on my videos. And it's the crispy Italian pizza dough. So I actually cut it in half, and I actually can get 2 of these 10-inch pizzas out of it. So I'm just going to push my dough down and put a little bit of flour over it. And then with my rolling pin, I'm just going to roll it out. And you want to roll this out to about anywhere from a 1/4 inch thickness to a 1/2. You want it to be relatively thin and come out really crispy. Now you want to make it in a round pan, but you certainly can make a 9x9 square out of it if you don't have a 10-inch pizza pan. So whatever that you prefer to do. Okay, so we've rolled that out. And I've heavily greased with vegetable oil my 10-inch pan. And I'm going to just lay that dough and move it and push it around here a little bit so that we'll have some indentation on the side, and bring the crust up a little bit onto the lip of the pan. I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So just keep pressing and pulling that dough. So there you have it. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of olive oil with a pastry brush and really paint this very well. Now your dough might start shrinking on you, as mine is right now. Just go back and push it back into place. The next step that we're going to do is to use tomatoes. I like to use actually stewed tomatoes because they have a bit of onion and green peppers, and it's already a bit seasoned for you. Now what I usually do is I cut them in half, and then if they're a little too large, when I place them on the pizza, I just break them up with my fingers. And you just want to arrange them all over the dough. And I usually use a 1/2 can of the stewed tomatoes. So you don't want too many. Now, of course, if you like a lot of tomatoes, you can certainly put more. That's up to you. When that dough starts to shrink back at you, just keep pulling that back into place. And I like to put a little bit of the juice or the water also, because you don't want this pizza to be too dry, because there really isn't any sauce being put on it. Next, what you want to do is actually take some red onions and cut them as thin as possible. Probably a small to a medium onion will do it. Again, if you like a lot of onions, you can put as many as you want. I generally just cover it well, but if you like the red onions, put on as much as you like. So again, that dough, if it starts to shrink back, just keep pulling it out to the sides. Okay, once you have your onions down, you want to use garlic powder, and that's about a 1/2 teaspoon, and just sprinkle that all over the pizza. And you'll want to use about a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Again, if you want to put more on, go ahead. It's up to your particular taste that you like. Next, you're going to need at least a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So I'm going to sprinkle that evenly all around the pizza. Also, I just use pepper and sprinkle pepper. If you like a lot of pepper, you put more. If you don't like pepper, don't put it on. And And the last thing that I put on is about a half a cup of Romano cheese. You can use a combination Romano and Parmesan or all Parmesan. It's really what you like, but I tend to like the Romano cheese for this. And be generous with this. Get it all over to the sides and cover your pizza. If you have some extra, you certainly can use it on something else. Now once you do that, the last thing is to take a little bit of oil or your olive oil and go over the top with it a little bit, because you want this pizza to have a little bit of moisture to it. So just sprinkle that very lightly. What you're going to do is you're going to put it in the oven at 425, and you're going to bake it anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. Every oven sets up a little different, so start checking it at about 20 minutes till it becomes golden brown on the top and underneath. I baked one ahead of time to show you. I just took it out of the oven, and here you go. You can see how pretty the colors are with the tomatoes and the green seasonings. I want to show you the underside of it, how beautiful brown it came out, and how very crispy and light it comes out. Give the recipe a try. I hope you like this one. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.